I have a bomb. G.B. Cooper was how he had identified himself. He was polite, calm, and extremely courteous.
It is a cold and rainy night on November 24th, 1971, at Portland Airport, Oregon. Passengers board Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305. Among them, a distinguished man, dark suit, elegant, tie, sunglasses, a calm and determined expression. In his hand, a black briefcase. No one could imagine that this mysterious passenger was about to become the protagonist of one of the greatest criminal enigmas in the United States. The man buys the ticket in cash and introduces himself as Dan Cooper. He sits quietly in row 18. Can I have a Coke, please? He orders a drink and looks around as if he were just going to visit family for Thanksgiving. The other passengers don't notice anything unusual. Cooper maintains a discreet demeanor. He doesn't draw attention. Nothing there suggests what is about to happen. Shortly after takeoff, the flight attendant, Florence Schaffner, Florence, notices that Cooper is trying to call her. He hands her a note that, at first, she thinks is just another phone number. But the note says, "I have a bomb. Sit next to me." The flight attendant, frightened, sits down. Cooper gently opens the briefcase, showing red cylinders and wires, something that looks like explosives. He speaks calmly and hands over a list of demands.
I need $200,000, 4 parachutes and a fuel truck waiting for me in Seattle. The news reaches the pilot. By radio, Cooper's instructions are relayed to the authorities. The FBI takes action. They plan to deliver the money and the parachutes while secretly starting to study the enigmatic passenger. On the plane, no one besides the crew knows what is happening. The passengers remain calm, listening to music, reading, or talking about the holiday. The plane lands in Seattle at dusk. The money and the parachutes are brought on board. Leave calmly, while Cooper allows all the passengers to disembark without injuries or confusion. By this time, everyone in the cabin is tense. Cooper remains calm, courteous. He even pays for the drinks consumed, showing unusual politeness for a hijacker. We are going to Mexico City. With the plane refueled, Cooper gives new orders. The next destination is Mexico City. The plane must fly at low altitude with reduced speed. 4 people remain on board: Cooper, the pilot, the co-pilot, the flight attendant, and the flight engineer. Shortly after takeoff, Cooper asks everyone to stay in the cabin. Alone, in the darkness at the back of the plane, he ties the money with the rope on his shoulders, puts on one of the parachutes, and prepares the final plan. At 8 o'clock, over a remote and rainy area between Seattle and Reno, Cooper opens the rear door of the Boeing 727. The cold night wind invades the cabin. He jumps, taking with him forever his true identity and the $200,000. The crew notices the jump from the pressure warning and, upon landing, informs the authorities. Thus begins one of the largest police searches of the century. The FBI mobilizes teams, helicopters, sniffer dogs. They search kilometers of forest, riverbeds, farm areas. Nothing is found. There is no parachute, no body, no clear clues. Neither Cooper, nor the money, nor a reliable trace. The case quickly becomes a modern myth. The name D.B. Cooper is a press error that creates a legend. Everyone wants to know who this mysterious man is. A former military man? An adventurer? A professional criminal. In the press, hundreds of theories emerge. Documentaries, books, and reports fuel the fascination with the case. Experts try to simulate the jump.
Some say it is impossible to survive that stormy night. Time passes. In February of 1980, 9 years after the crime, a child finds 3 bundles of damaged bills on the bank of the Columbia River in the United States. It is almost $6,000, part of the missing money from DB. Cooper, the discovery only increases the mystery. How did that money end up there? Did Cooper die during the escape, or did he escape and spread the money to mislead? The D.B. Cooper case remains open for 45 years until it is officially closed by the FBI in 2016. More than 1,000 suspects were investigated, but no definitive proof was found. Unlike other great aviation mysteries, this one eluded even the most experienced experts in the world. On the internet, there are entire groups dedicated to searching for clues, checking maps, released documents, new evidence. To this day, no one has come close to a definitive answer. The D.B. Cooper case did not remain stuck in the past. It became a legend, inspiring dozens of films, series, and books around the world. Episodes of famous series like Prison Break, Loki, Leverage, and even The Simpsons made their own versions of this story. In theaters, some films turned Cooper into a myth, fueling theories and new doubts. Books and comics keep emerging, bringing new interpretations of his mysterious escape. Treasure hunters continue scouring the forests of the northwestern United States in search of the lost money. Online forums and channels debate suspects, show maps, and share new clues. 50 years later, the name D.B. Cooper remains alive in pop culture, showing how a true mystery can take on a life of its own and never be forgotten. Some say that Cooper survived, changed his identity, and lived anonymously. Others insist that he could never have survived the rain, darkness, and cold of that night. Some theories suggest that Cooper did not even act alone, and that it was all part of a larger plan, never revealed. 50 years later, the case still haunts the collective memory of Americans and curious people around the world. And you? What's your theory? Did D.B. Cooper die in the fall? Did he escape with the money? Will the whole truth ever finally be revealed?